Hey, Michael here with Success for Others, and you know what? Thank you so much for tuning in, and thank you for sharing these videos with all of your friends and colleagues and peers and other business owners across the country. You know, the support is overwhelming. We're very humbled and just thankful that we're able to bring you something of value week in and week out, and the response has just been fabulous. So one of the things I did want to point out before we dive into this week's Success for You news is, you know, if you look over to the right of your computer screen, you're going to see that we've added the archives for all of the Success for You news that have been running now for months. And you know, one thing I'm not sure, I haven't really asked anybody, so I'm going to ask you right now. I mean, do you just watch the videos, or do you read the articles associated with the videos as well? And the reason I ask that question is because the videos are powerful. I mean, make it personable. You know, you and I are connected for the 6, 7, 8 minutes every single week, which is great. But the real content, if you will, the gold nuggets are also in the content, and we take a lot of time in writing out you know, content that goes with each week's video so that you can have a takeaway, and that takeaway is so key because it leads right into this week's message. You know, motivation versus training. Okay, there's a big difference, huge difference. I mean, I am like a motivation junkie. I mean, anybody who's seen me, anybody if you know me, you know that I read books all the time. I'm going to seminars, I'm going to lectures, I'm signed up for webinars. I'm always looking for that motivation and that rah-rah. And you know, there's something more important than that. For me, it drives me and it gets me all excited to keep me moving forward day in and day out and keep just grinding and hustling. But at the end of the day, one of the biggest things is with most people, you know, they don't need the motivation per se. They're not looking for the motivation. Yes, we got to get them excited because they got to want to change. They got to want to apply new techniques and new skill sets to their life every single day so that they can reap better rewards and achieve, you know, ultimately greatness within their life. So, you know, but motivation is just one small part of it. Training, you know, I look at it a little bit differently. Training is something that's tangible, and how I really, you know, gauge my training, and I know Eric does the exact same thing, is what are we leaving behind? What are we leaving so that, you know, employees, service technicians, CSR, salespeople, owners, managers, whoever it is that we're working with and talking to as a group, you know, what can they do when we leave? Because that's really the question. I mean, I can get anybody jacked up after speaking for an hour or for 24 hours. It really doesn't matter. I mean, we can go down we can get on that, you know, motivation trampoline, if you will, and we can be up and down and all around. But the reality is, if you don't have something tangible, if you don't have something, a plan, if you don't have the tools and the resources you need after we leave, after, you know, you've attended a training or a seminar or read a book, then really what's the point? You're just going to go back to exactly where you were, if not within the first week. By all means, within the first 30 days, everything's going to go right back to normal, because change is hard. Change is really hard. So you need the motivation to get you excited to want to change, but then you need the tools and the resources to actually make that change permanent and to experience the results of that change. So, you know, really today's message is, you know, are you on the motivational trampoline, or are you ready? I mean, are you seriously ready to take that next step? Are you ready to, you know, start to apply the things? And it starts with, you know, all that content right there on your computer screen or on your tablet or on your smartphone, just off to the right-hand side, all those archives right there. I mean, the content, the articles that were written with each and every one of those gives you so many gold nuggets, so much information, that if you just started to apply 2 or 3 of the ideas that you pick up week in and week out, I can guarantee you this: your life will change. And it will change for the better. And most importantly, it's going to have legs. It's going to have stickability. It's going to stick with you, and it's not going to be something that's just here today and gone tomorrow. So, you know, I'm proud to say that Success for Others, you know, really is different in so many ways, in terms of, we don't want to just come in and do a class. We don't want to just provide a death by PowerPoint, if you will. You know, our goal is to really connect with every single person that we work with and then provide them with not only the teachings and the coachings that they need to succeed, but more important, the resources that they need, the tools that they need, the aids that they need to take that information and transfer it into their daily activities, into their daily life to have a positive impact. And so, you know, again, I just wanted to thank you today for tuning in. I mean, it's amazing to watch this just grow, and it's obvious that, you know, a lot of you are really you know, getting into these videos and getting something out of them based on, you know, how many shares and how many, you know, likes and all that kind of stuff. So again, thank you for being loyal. Thank you for, you know, always looking to success for others, for the gold nugget of the week, if you will. And now I'm just going to challenge you. You know, you've got so much information and we're going to keep pouring it on and pouring it on. It's only going to get better. But the challenge to you is, what are you doing with it? Day in and day out, what are you doing? And lastly, before we leave today, if you have a topic, if you have a discussion, if you have, you know, any idea of something that you specifically want to hear about, you know, most of these Success for You news messages are from our clients who say, hey, tell me about this, or hey, I got a challenge with this. If you have a challenge, if you have a question, if you want us to dive into something a little bit deeper to give you a better understanding, then just shoot us an email, shoot us a text message, drop us a phone call, whatever you prefer, but just give us that information so that we can go ahead and work that into the, you know, production schedule and make sure that we get you relevant information that's pertinent to your success day in and day out. Again, Michael with Success for Others, and I just thank you so much for tuning in this week. Again, like it, share it, send it to all your peers, and we look forward to seeing you again real soon. Take care.